Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, volunteers, for coming to Poetry Out Loud. Thank you for our audience members. And of course, thank you to our fine contestants. All right, so if you didn't get a program, there are programs as you walk in the door. And it basically goes through what we are going to do today. You can start off with a quote that's on the front by Robert Frost. One of the poems that was in our program was also by Robert Frost, very famous poet. He said, "A poem begins as a lump in the throat, a sense of wrong, a homesickness, a love sickness." And I just thought that was really powerful. So that's the quote that I selected for the program this year. We can see our esteemed judges. Mr. Blondin, Mrs. Kelly, and Ms. Ralston are going to be the judges of your performance. They're going to judge you on all the rubric elements. It's 6 points per element, except for the last one is a 9-point element. Okay? Mrs. Wagner is going to be the prompter. So if you need a prompt, if you are not sure what word you're looking for next, look at her. If you don't want to get the word and you really want to think it to yourself, don't look at her. Okay? She's just going to give you the next word. Okay? All right, we have Miss Wharton, who's going to judge accuracy, just to make sure that you got all your words right, you got all your lines, you didn't leave any out. And Mr. Renslin is going to take all the score sheets and tabulate. And Mrs. Kalkoff is going to take the photographs. So everybody look cute. Okay, I want to thank Ms. Garland for supporting the program. We do have Target gift cards for our first, second, and third place winners. And the winner overall is going to go on to represent Urban Pathways on February 1st in the regional competition. So without further ado, we're going to begin round one. And we're going to welcome, I see a Scoggins.
Hello, guys. Hello, how are you? So the poem I'm going to do is called Dirge in the Woods. Okay. The wind sways the pines and below. The pine tree, I think I'm doing this wrong. Can you tell me? I don't know who to look at. Not a breath of wild air, still as the mosses that glow. On the flooring and over the lines of the roots, here and there. The pine tree drops its dead. It is quiet as under the sea. Overhead, rushes life in a race. As the clouds chase the clouds that chase. And we go. We drop like the fruit of the tree. Even so.
Fairy tales are full of impossible tasks. Gather the chin hairs of a man-eating goat. Cross the sulfuric land on a leaky boat. Select the prince from a row of identical masks. Tiptoe up to a dragon where it basks. Snatch its bone. Count dust specks, mote by mote. Learn the phone directory by rote. This is why it's impossible what people ask. You fight magic with magic and you have to believe that you have something impossible up your sleeve, the language of snakes, perhaps an invisible cloak, have an army of ants. I forgot the rest of that line. What'd you say? At your at your beck, or it's something joke, right? Oh, I forgot the line.
The will.
Oh, the will to do whatever. Well, the will to do whatever must be done. Marry a monster, and hand over your firstborn son.
And we're now going to welcome Justice to the podium.
Good afternoon. I'm going to be doing The Obligation to Be Happy by Linda Pistan. It is more onerous than the rites of beauty or housework, harder than love. But you expect it of me casually, the same way you expect the sun to come up, not in spite of the rain or clouds, but because of them. And so I smile, as if my own fidelity to sadness were a hidden vice. That downward tug on my mouth, no more than, or my old suspicions that love and health are brief irrelevancies, no more than laughter in the warm dark, strangled at dusk. Happiness. I try to hoist it on my narrow shoulders again. A knapsack heavy with gold coins. I'll stumble around the house, bump into things. Only Midas himself would understand.
Okay, we now have Maya.
Sweet Tooth by Russell Edson. A little girl made of sugar, spice, and everything nice was eaten by someone with a sweet tooth the size of an elephant tusk. Ah, he said, this darn tooth is driving me nuts. Then there was another voice. It's the little girl's father, who asked, have you seen a little girl made of sugar and spice and everything nice? Incidentally, what's that sticking out of your mouth the size of an elephant tusk? It's my sweet tooth, and it is driving me nuts. The little girl, you ought to see a dentist, but he might try to pull me, and he might try to pull me, and I don't want anyone pulling at me. People should pull their own pullables. So true, said the father. People ought to leave other people's pullables alone and pull their own pullables. But anyway, said the father, have you seen a little girl full of sugar and spice and everything nice?
All right. Judges are tabulating. Jamaica is not going to compete, but she would still like to offer a reading of her poem. Come on up, Jamaica.
Hi, I'm Jamaica Johnson, and I was going to compete, but I found out last minute, so now I'll be doing an original piece called Thoughtlessness. See me for who I am. See me for what's on the inside. See me for what's within. I am not defined by my eyes I am not defined by my skin created by melanin. I am defined, it can't be denied by what's within. I am defined. How am I defined? What am I defined? Now I sense your confusion, and what I see to define you as is really just an illusion. What if I told you I was just a fragment of your imagination? In case you don't understand, let me give you some translation. Buckle down and prepare for this illustration. This duration is no limitation for your foundation of frustration. I'm starving for freedoms like Hefrations. As a people, we celebrate in the escapes of plantations, but let's be real. The Great Migration wasn't a filtration of the continuation of hatred that made us abominations. It seems your greatest asset is also your greatest setback. It seems your weapon of perception is also your death of deception. We're heading in wrong directions, discretion in wrong dimensions, obsessive attention. It's a discussion of the missions of oppressions. It's a collection of oppression. I'm confessing my attention with precision is the lesson you are missing. Your potentials on detention. You're closed-minded with your closed mindset. And if you think you're close to mindful, then I'm sure you're close to mindless. If you're confident in your mind's confinement, I question your mind's alignment. I question your consciousness. Your biases create a consequence of incompetence. I can make a hypothesis that your bottomless knowledge is due to your thoughtlessness. Thank you.
All right, so that's going to bring us into round 2 once the judges are ready.
I'm gonna be doing a poem called Ebb. To be honest with you, I don't remember who it's by.
Okay.
I know what my heart is like since your love day. It is like a hollow edge. No, a hollow ledge. It is like a hollow ledge holding a little pool. Left there by the tide. A little tippet pool. Drying inward from the edge.
Okay. This disease has come back with frills and furbelows. You must give your whole life to poetry. Only few survive if that. Poems, I mean, crumbled papers of another water. You wish for the spring that you long for. Listening to chemicals dripping through a hole in your body. If I forgot. Oh, you were the one I bear. Oh, if you were torn from what I bear. From what? From me. Oh, if you were torn from me, I could not bear what the earth has for you. And what was the? I don't remember the line. To offer. To be. Well, I can't remember the line.
To be well again.
No, to be well again. What might that mean? The flowering. Plum. Sprung from. Late snow. Ratcheting. Trill. In the blackberry. Bush. Blood streaks. Pluck. And throb of mercy.
And this happens every single year. Second round is so much harder.
For my second poem, I'm going to be doing Katrina by Patricia Smith. I was born elsewhere and restless, gut dragging and bulging with ball lightning, slush, broken through with branches, steel. I was bitch monikered. One more time. I was bitch monikered, hipped. I hefted, whip rain. A swirling sheet of grit. Scraping toward the first of you. I was hungry for wood, walls, and unturned skin. With shifting and frantic, I loudly enjoyed the slow bones of elderly, fools and willows.
All right, everybody welcome our final competitor in round 2.
Self-inquiry before the job interview by Gary Soto. Did you sneeze? Yes, I rid myself of the imposter inside of me. Did you iron your shirt? Yes, I used the steam of my mother's hate. Did you wash your hands? Yes, I learned my hygiene from a raccoon. I prayed on my knees, and my knees answered with pain. I gargled. I polished my shoes until I saw myself. I inflated my resume by employing my middle name. I arrived to my interview early. The sun was like a ring on an electric stove. I patted my hair as I entered the wind of the revolving door. The guard said, "For you, it's the 19th floor." The economy has risen. Flags in every city plaza. I see this as I see this for myself on the empty elevator because because everyone has a job except for me. Did you clean your ears? Yes. I heard my fate I've heard my fate from the drinking fountain's idiotic drivel. Did you cut a banana in your daily mush? Yes. A pinch of salt and 2 raisins to sweeten my breath. Did you bring a pen? I remembered my hands as the elevator door opened. I shook hands that dripped dirty like the sea. I found a desk and a chair. My name tag had my name on it. Through the glass ceiling, I could see the heavy rumps of the CEOs. Outside the window, I see the sun blazing hot. All of us pushing papers to get through.
All right, so our judges are going to quickly slide their items to Mr. Mike, who has to get his bus. You good? Okay. So while the final tabulations are happening, I welcome everyone to grab a cupcake or a gob. Yay! All right, everybody, the moment you've been waiting for. And regardless of who wins and who doesn't win, everybody is getting bonus points, so don't feel bad for them. This is well worth your time and effort. In third place is Nicaea.
Oh my gosh, it's
Good
Mula.
job. It is Mula.
Thanks, guys.
All right. In second place is Justice. Good job, sir. And in first place and going on to Poetry Out Loud Regionals on February 1st for the second year in a row, Maya. All right, everybody, this concludes our 2020 Poetry Out Loud. I want to thank again all of our judges, all of our audience members, and most importantly, all of our contestants.
Good job, guys.